All right, Taurus, this is your December 2020 love horoscope and taroscope. I'm Ryan from Arrows of Love. We're going to pull a few cards from the Romance Angels and clarify with the tarot. Before we do that, let's review what's happening in the sky. This will help us get clarity on what the tarot is talking about. So, Taurus, the sun right now is sitting in Sagittarius, which is your 8th house. It's 8 signs past Taurus. 8th house has to do with intimacy, death, rebirth, taxes, insurance, things that come up out of the underworld. The 8th house is ruled by Pluto. So it's things unseen, it's hidden things. I would say give it some time, give it the month. The sun will be in Sagittarius, let's see here, until December 21st. Then it moves into Capricorn that same day. Saturn, Taskmaster Saturn, this one wanted to come out. Worth waiting for. We'll talk about that in a second. The sun will move into Sagittarius on December 21st, into Capricorn as Pluto let's start over. The sun is going to move into Capricorn on December 21st. Saturn and Jupiter that have been there for over a year, and Saturn's been there since 2017, right? Those final degrees of Capricorn right now, sitting at 28, 29 degrees. They're going to make that great conjunction and move into Aquarius. For you, that would be your 10th house of careers and reputation. But you got to get through Capricorn and Sagittarius first. So let's focus on that. 8th house matters. Could be turning up the spice, Taurus. Oh, here's another one. Ooh, Soulmate. Let's see what happens with that. So 8th house could be turning up the spice in the bedroom. Venus, god of love and relationships, is sitting across the sky, exactly opposing you in your 7th house of partnerships, legal contracts, and marriage in your 7th house of Scorpio. So Venus is dignified in Taurus. That is your ruling planet. When it's in Scorpio, it's at its detriment. So Venus doesn't do quite as well in Scorpio. Brings up jealousy, possessiveness, obsession. Big on obsession. That's a Pluto theme, as Pluto rules Scorpio. There could be relationships very well might happen right now. You might meet someone new. You might, bring your relationship to further commitment while Venus is in that 7th house of Scorpio. But to be quite honest, Venus and Scorpio doesn't always bring pleasant things. It can be restrictions. It can be a deadpan of love. Issues that you didn't know about could come up. It's hidden things. It's the 8th house. It is the 8th house. But for you, it's your 7th. So keep an eye on the 6th and the 7th. The 7th and the 8th. They're right next to each other, obviously, and then they work in tandem. So the sun is going to shine a spotlight on 8th house matters, and then Venus is going to move into that 8th house, Sagittarius, for you, and basically review the same thing as far as partnerships are concerned. So it's kind of like you get a chance first with the sun to see what's coming up, especially with all those lunar eclipses and solar eclipses happening in Sagittarius. Those are big endings and big beginnings over the next 6 months. But we might get an inkling of what that's all going to be about, what these eclipses might all be about, as Venus moves through that area right after the sun is done with the eclipses at about 20 degrees of Sagittarius and Gemini. So, what I would say to you is ride the wave. If you're single and looking, this is a great time to get out there. If you're married and or you're committed, this is a great time to look at the foundations of your relationship, and what's working on an intimate level, and what's not. Those themes will reemerge throughout the next 6 months. This one wants to come up. Ooh, 4 Wands. That's the marriage card. It's just bad shuffling. So pay attention to those themes. It's 7th and 8th house, pretty much for the whole month. Venus is going to move out of Scorpio on December 15th. That's right after the solar eclipse in Sagittarius. So those are big energy shifts, just generally speaking. And Venus in the 8th, that can be great passion. It can ignite that passion, and Jupiter that rules Sagittarius is finally moving out of its fall position in Capricorn. So we can finally take advantage of those lighter, freer, adventurous energies of Sagittarius. So let yourself be free, adventure. You can be attracted. You can be attracted to any number of things during this time, but the magnetism of Pluto and that 8th house and Venus, it's going to probably draw you towards someone if you're looking. It's typically how these work. All right, so Angel's Oracle. Your first one here is it's worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. What a great card. So maybe you're waiting for something to come in. Maybe you're manifesting. You've been waiting for a while. Your second card right next to each other. Let me show you. It's the Soulmate card. Yes, this is your soulmate. So you're manifesting your soulmate. Soulmates that come in during the 7th, when Venus is in the 7th, that can be marriage. And look at your very first card out. I haven't even pulled the tarot. This fell out. 4 Wands, that is the marriage card. That's kind of the happily ever after. And that's what you're waiting for, right? You want the happily ever after, Taurus. You want the sensuality and the good food, and the good wine and the good laughs. I mean, that's Taurus. You're all about sensuality. All right, so let's see what else the tarot's got in store for you. The Empress, right after the 4 Wands. Ace of Pentacles, great card so far. New beginnings. Ooh, Arrows of Love. There it is. Eight of Wands. That is the Arrows of Love right there. King of Wands. Here we go. And 2 of Swords. Okay. So, Taurus, when I take a look at this, you clearly know what you want, right? You want the happily ever after. You are waiting for this. And Taurus, you are stubborn AF. You will wait for this until the right one comes along. You don't have to compromise. And that's exactly what the Empress is, right? That is Venus. That's the divine feminine. She represents fertility. Assign genders as you will. Don't get hung up on genders too much. You could be displaying, a masculine person could be displaying feminine qualities and vice versa. And really what this is the ultimate nurturer, right? She brings life. She has the pomegranates on her dress. That's fertility. That's Venus. So it's calling you to pay attention to Venus. And it's funny that you have the 4 of Wands, which is marriage, because Venus is sitting in that 7th house like we talked about. That's marriage partnerships. And right next to it is the Ace. Ace of Pentacles. The universe is literally reaching out of the clouds and giving you an offer that moves you. It could be financially tied because it's tied to Pentacles, but more than likely this is tied to another Earth sign. Pentacles represent Earth, so that could be another Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. It's very good energy. Keep your eye open. Soulmate. This is your soulmate. Well, I want to say one thing about soulmates too, right? It implies ownership of a person, and we don't own anybody. I view this as more a stepping stone soulmate, because once your soulmate comes in, whether it's love, forever, a short period of time, it's always there to teach you a lesson and to complete your karma. And with Saturn completing karma in its own house of Capricorn, all of us are going through this at a major level. Those last degrees of Capricorn are crusty, so we have to work through it before it moves into Aquarius on December 21st. So, your soulmate, you're going to get, you have the arrows of love coming at you. This could be a long distance relationship too. But this is definitely messages. This is the arrows coming at you from your soulmate. And it very well could be a Capricorn, but right underneath this is the King of Wands. This is passion. This is someone that knows what they want and goes for what they want. I think this is your person, so keep an eye out. Wands represent fire, so this is Aries, Sagittarius, Leo, and it's coming from another wand, right? It's right underneath the Ace of Wands. So your king or your queen, wherever it might be, is definitely throwing the arrows at you. But there is one catch. That's the Two of Swords. You're thinking about it. You're not sure, Taurus. The woman's blindfolded and the moon is up. She's in the darkness. She's not sure what to do, and it's because she doesn't have enough information to make an informed choice. So what I'm going to liken this to is Venus in the 7th, right? You're not sure whether or not this is your person. You're going to take it slow. You're going to watch them. You're going to see how they react in public. You're going to see how they treat people. Taurus is not one to make a fast move unless you got the goods to go with it. So you might be watching for a while and you're undecided about what to do with this person, or vice versa. If you're in a relationship, this is, from what I can see, it's happy marriage, happy home, right? But maybe there's something missing. Maybe you're missing those areas of love. Maybe you're missing that intimate part and you're not sure what to do. What I would say is wait until Venus moves out of your 7th house and into your 8th house. Like I said, Venus is in its detriment in Scorpio. This messes a lot of people up. You got to wait. So that happens on the 15th. It's right after the solar eclipses, or the solar eclipse on the 14th. So, it might be very clear to you which way this is going to go. I'm going to pull one more card for the outcome. I want to see how this ends. Oh, well. There's the soulmate card again. So this is clearly soulmate energy, pairing. It's great. Two of Cups, you two are on the same level emotionally. You're definitely going to be getting it on if you want it. It's there for you. There's intimacy written in these cards. Sun is in your 8th house. You have the 8 of Wands. So enjoy it. This is a great reading. If you enjoyed this reading and you would like to know more, feel free to email me at erosoflovetarot@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this. Until next time, see you later.